welcome back to another video. We are on another diesel Adelaide Metro 3100 class train. However, this is the last train I will ever take in Adelaide on my holiday, and I probably won't be coming back to Adelaide for quite a few years, so it's just a very significant experience. I'm on the Grange Line, which was my home line during my stay here, heading back to West Lakes to meet with my family and take the bus to the airport and leave. My flight goes in 3 hours, so I didn't get to ride an electric train one more time, but there it is viewed for the probably last time, because we're going onto the Grange Line now with no electric trains. Set 25 was there. And the last diesel train I will take, heading home. I've already taken the last trams. Right now, just in around the city, I checked out the central markets and stuff. So a few other tourist attractions which I hadn't gone to yet. Took a look around, and this is it now. Last train, and then later will be last bus to the airport. Now, I'm just gonna say a few things overall about Adelaide while we enjoy this Grange Line service. I already did a Grange Line full video from the other direction, which you can watch. So yeah, Adelaide, nice city, lots of attractions to look at for the first time you come. It's really nice how compact the city is. Like in Perth, you've got like freaking Yanchep and Warnbro like 50 kilometers from the city. Here, maximum 20 kilometers away, and then the suburbs basically already start fading away. So you're always near the city, which is very nice. And then of course the tram network, wow, I really wish Perth had something like that. It's the perfect mode of mid-tier transport for the city. And out to Glenelg on one of the last remaining lines, which still exists, because all the other old ones were closed. Then the diesel trains are a bit of a hiccup for Adelaide. It's one of the only suburban networks in Australia, that still uses diesel trains. It's so weird that it's like that, but hopefully that'll be improved soon. But yeah, the A-City trains are good, even though there's so many stations. The Cooler Line takes an hour and it's only about 40 kilometers long, so still not great. But there is express services which I didn't get a chance to ride on, but they exist. In the morning peak, there's even some express services which do like non-stop from a busy station on a line
arriving at Bowden.
All the way to the
Please
city.
mind the gap.
Bowden station for the last time here. So yeah, that's also very interesting. In terms of the fares, it's really dumb. The peak hours are any time before 9 AM and after 3 PM on weekdays, which is so stupid, because if I wake up at 4 AM to catch a service, I have to pay a peak fare. Or if it's midnight and I'm coming home from something, I don't know, just coming home, I also have to pay a peak fare. Like, what? That is so not fair. That's completely an off-peak time. So stupid. And then all day on Saturday, which is a weekend, it's also peak. But then all day Sunday, it's off-peak. That's one of the biggest differences in the world between a Saturday and Sunday public transport service, even though the timetable is exactly the same for those 2 days, unlike in Perth. Yeah, so then the other dumb thing, of course, you can't buy tickets on the bus, which is so annoying, because you have to basically get a Metro card even if you're coming for a short stay. And if you pay with your credit card on trams or O-Bahn buses, you can only pay a standard fare and you can't transfer services, so it's completely pointless. Although I did learn one thing just a few minutes ago, actually, at Adelaide. One of the guards told me that what you can do is you can buy as many tickets as you want from the ticket vending machine, and they actually don't start the timer ticking for like their expiration. You can just buy like 300 tickets if you had the time to, take them all home in a bag, and then you can use each one every day. So that's a good way to deal with it when you can't buy tickets on the bus. So I should have learned this at the start of the holiday. I would have just gone to Adelaide, bought like 20 tickets and used them every day. Oh well, I had a Metro card anyway because I did so much travel, and I just went to stations to get tickets for the rest of my family, so it still worked out. But yeah, that's a good way to avoid that issue. There's a lot of dumb things with the train system as well, that like all lines leave Adelaide to the west. That's a very silly thing. They barely serve the eastern suburbs, which is why the O-Bahn busway exists instead, which you can also watch a video
Now
on.
arriving at Croydon. Please mind the gap.
In that video, I showed you the fast busway up to the northeastern suburbs, since they don't have a train line. And of course there's still a lot of pedestrian mazes and level crossings, some of them even without bells and stuff, so not very safe. And the gaps are pretty massive at some stations. They mostly just run 2 and 3 car trains all the time, not even anything longer. So yeah, not that great. Hut stations and all, but still the network works. You can go wherever you want, and you can pretty much get anywhere. It just takes a while sometimes. Like from West Lakes to Glenelg takes like 2 hours on public transport. It's either like 3 buses or going by the city with trams and trains, when a car would take like 20 minutes. But that's one of the most extreme examples of a short distance taking so long. And I don't know what else to say now. I enjoyed my stay here, got to see another one of Australia's cities. I've been to Brisbane and Adelaide now. Haven't been out in any other city, so I'll make sure to go to others in the future. Anyway, I traveled on all tram and train lines to all the termini, so I didn't really miss out on
Now
anything.
arriving at West Croydon. Please mind the gap.
And on the O-Bahn, of course. So yep, that's about it now. Yep. West Croydon. Just the voice on these trains is so weird. Now arriving at West Croydon. Please mind the gap. It's like so weird. Anyway. Stand clear. Doors closing. Beep 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 beep. And the diesel. Yeah, so the Outer Harbour, Grange and Bel Air lines are still not electrified. The Seaford, Flinders and Gawler lines are electrified, although there's still not enough electric trains, so the Gawler line still runs diesel trains, especially in peak hour. So they're about halfway done with electrification pretty much, although the Gawler line electrification took 2 years. The line was closed for 2 years. That's worse than the Armadale Thorney line shut down coming soon. So like, oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I can't imagine what it would have been like having one of the longest lines just closed down for so long.
Now arriving
At Kilkenny. Please mind the gap. Now arriving at Kilkenny. This word is so bad. Like, imagine your name is Kenny, and then you're on the train, and then the announcer says Kilkenny. or or it's even worse on the Gawler line. There's a station called Kilburn. So you're like, now arriving at Kilburn. 2 wastes of hurting someone. Anyway, just some weird names. Kilkenny. Sorry to anyone called Kenny. Doors closing. Beep 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 beep. Yeah, if I think of anything else to say, I'll say it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna film this as the last triple B on Grange Line. Pretty weird line. Oh yeah, all this stuff, like so many single line sections in the network. Beyond Osborne on the Outer Harbour Line, single line. The whole Grand Spur, single line. Reminds everyone that good hygiene is good hygiene. Wash hands regularly and thoroughly with soap. Use hand sanitizer and cover coughs and sneezes. Oh wow, I coughed as soon as I said that. Yeah, they have a lot of focus on COVID, even now in 2023.
Please mind the gap.
With all those announcements and posters. Anyway, yeah, so what was I saying? The whole Grange Spur single line, onwards from Osborne single line. The Flinders line, onwards from Mitchell Park is single line as well. Luckily the whole Seaford line is dual line, and then the Gawler line onwards from Gawler to Gawler Central is single line, as well as sections in between. They actually travel on the same track to go to the main platform at stations like Salisbury and Elizabeth. Okay. The Grange Line is so weird. Off frequencies, that's another thing I need to mention. Keep remembering new stuff as I think about the Grange Line. Frequencies are absolutely terrible. All train lines have a half-hour frequency, even on weekdays, in the middle of the day, when there's none of those express trains which terminate early. Woodville, change for trains to Outer Harbour.
Please mind the gap.
Yeah, because there's some early termini like it's Salisbury or Glanville or Osborne or Norlanga. Trains terminate early, or Gawler. So when those services don't exist outside of peak hours,
Now arriving
at Woodville, change here for trains to Outer Harbour.
Please
Mind the gap. Yeah, when they don't have those services, half-hour frequencies on the Outer Harbour, Grange, Flinders, even Gawler line, pretty bad. And on weekends it's definitely like that. On weekends even the Outer Harbour and Grange lines have hourly frequency. Like what? Oh, and not to even mention the Bel-Air line. I forgot to mention it. The Bel-Air line, one of the stupidest things. It used to have dual track all the way up the hill, but then one of the tracks was converted to standard gauge for freight trains, and now most of the line lost its second platform, only has one platform, and then there's basically two single tracks running parallel to each other, one for freight and one for the Bel-Air line local trains. Pretty crazy all the way up that hill as well. It's such a short line and it takes so long, so most of that's single as well. Yeah, I knew I forgot one of the lines. That's the one I forgot to mention. Yeah. And that one, they basically can't have more than a 30-minute frequency because of a single line for most of the way. There's two passing loops along the way, so basically what they do, sometimes in peak hour they have like a 15-minute gap between trains, or even a 10-minute gap, and then there's like a 40-minute gap to compensate for the fact that two left at the same time, so they can still run. Anyway, we just left Woodville now. This is where we spur off from the Outer Harbour Line. As you can see, we do a left turn. There's the Outer Harbour Line. I don't even know why this Grange Line exists. It's so weird. It's basically the equivalent of the Thorney Spur in Perth. It's just single line, and it just runs straight through suburbs, straight through the middle of intersections, and has just 4 random asphalt bad stations and nothing else. So yeah, so weird. But I live near it on this trip that I had, so I used it. But with this frequency and stuff, is just pretty pointless. Anyway, you could just run more trains to Outer Harbour, but whatever. Yeah, it's been 15 minutes now. We're on the spare 4 more stations for Grange. I'm probably gonna get off at East Grange though, catch a bus to Westlake. So this, as I said, is my last diesel train. I've had so much to say now. I've been talking continuously for 15 minutes. See, here's one of the stupid crossings. Look at this. Straight across the main road, in the median of the main road, and another main road. It's so weird. like the other lane. And even on the Seaford and Flinders lines, there's one of like the worst level crossings in Australia. It basically passes directly through a 4-way intersection with an overpass above it. Just constant Seaford and Flinders line electric train. So crazy. Watch that video to see that. Trains feel so slow as well. They stop so many times and their acceleration acceleration is pretty trash. Albert Park, please mind the gap. And these are just one platform stations here, but it's a cool line, this little spur. Yeah, I'll just film the rest of the journey as I said, and I'll try to imitate the announcement for the last time. Albert Park. For some reason on the diesel trains it doesn't say which station you're at once you arrive, but on the electric ones it does, but it doesn't say this is, it just says the name. So I'll do that instead. I'll be like the electric train guy. It also doesn't say what the next station is on the diesel trains. It only says when you're arriving there, nothing else. But I'll still do it. And they say lots of stuff. Welcome aboard. This is a train service to Grange. The next stop is Seaton Park. And if you just take a look around this 3100 class train really quick, we looked at the 4000 class in Flinders, and look at this. Manual doors to get between the two carriages. In other trains, in the 3000 class, you can't even get between them because it's just a one-car train. And you can't go through there when it's in motion, or you get a $750 penalty. And you can see you still have the COVID stuff at Seaton Park. Please mind the gap. And all the validators, even USB charging points, priority seating, door opening buttons, all this stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty old train though, but it's still functional. Let's sit back down. Beep, 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 beep. Seaton Park.
Stand clear.
Doors closing. Welcome aboard. This is a train service to Grange. The next note reminds everyone that good defense against the spread of illness is good hygiene. Wash hands regularly and thoroughly with soap. Use hand sanitizer. Cover coughs and sneezes. Another code announcement. And straight through the golf course. This is one of the weirdest parts of the network. Grange Line goes straight through the middle of a golf course here. So strange. You can see no fence and you can just look out the window with all the golfers. Anyway, let me finish my announcement. The next stop is East Grange. Hi golfers! Do you like my suburban train coming straight through your golf course? Hi! So funny that there's no fence here. You can just hit a golf ball into the train if they want. Now arriving at East Grange. Please mind the gap. Yeah, we're gonna get off now. and watch the train depart for the last time. This is my last time in years that I'll be standing on a 3100 class train in Adelaide diesel set 5. East Grange. Beep, 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 beep. Vroom. Bye. Ooh, 5 and 6. Don't crash at the end like you did a few months ago. Bye. I'll never ride this train again. I mean, like, yeah, probably the next time I'll come back in like 5 years once I can go alone. These will be out of service. So yeah, that could have been the last time I ever ride it. Let's listen to the train platform announcement.
The next train to depart from platform 1 is the 12:02 train to Adelaide. First stop, Seaton Park, then Albert Park, Woodville Park, Kilkenny, West Croydon, Bowden, then Adelaide.
So funny. East Grange Station. The next train to depart from platform 1 is the 12:02 train to Adelaide. First stop, Seaton Park, then Albert Park, then Woodville Park, Kilkenny, West Croydon, Bowden, then Adelaide, and it just stops. Oh well, that's it now. Here we go, leaving this one platform station. I'll make another video later about the bus and the plane, but that's it for now. Off we go. Down. See, there's not even a pedestrian maze here. You just cross whenever you want. Well, obviously there's gonna be no train because the train just left and it's single line. Oh, I see it down there at Grange. I still see it in the far distance. And broad gauge line as well. Another unique factor I forgot to talk about. Adelaide with broad gauge, while Perth narrow gauge. The tracks look so wide. I don't get how the A City trains work though, because they're basically the same as the B series, but they go on the same tracks. I guess they have a different spacing between the wheels. Anyway, this video is now 25 minutes long, almost, so we're gonna end it here. It was nice being in Adelaide, and that was the last trip I took on a train. Only 2 more buses to go, 1 to Westlakes and 1 to the airport. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, watch the plane trip, and that's about it. I'm heading back to Perth now, making a lot more Perth content again. So that'll be the end of the Adelaide reign on this channel for the last few weeks. Bye!
Trains here. I'm gonna I'll let you go now. I'll ring you after or text me when you see the